Good evening, everyone. This is RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 season is on the air. Today's date is August 16th, 1983. We are at Fulton County Stadium, a very important matchup in the National League West between the San Diego Padres and the Atlanta Braves. The Padres come into this game a record of 64-54. They're playing good baseball. They are 10 games over 500. The Atlanta Braves are 70-49. They lead the National League West. The Padres are in second place, 5.5 back. So an important matchup here between the Friars and the Bravos, as these two will go head-to-head with each other. Could be a very possible division series preview in the future. Who knows? But right now, all the Padres got to do, the way things are going in the National League West, they just got to stay above 500. They do that, they'll probably be in the postseason. The Atlanta Braves, well, they're in first place. How long they'll stay there is interesting, but right now, they are right up there, and they're playing well. So hopefully we'll see what happens tonight. As I did have to get the Padres on the board. I haven't had them yet in this third block. So I finally got them there. And a good game against the Braves doesn't sound too bad. The Padres historically won this game, though, 3-2. The Padres had 12 hits and an error. The Braves had 7 hits and an error. So hopefully we'll see what Inside Pitch has to say tonight at Fulton County Stadium. So hopefully you guys will join in for a good matchup. And I guess we should get right to it. Starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves tonight is Pascual Perez. We've seen him already. 15 wins, 8 losses, a 3.43 ERA. He gets the call for the Bravos. We are at Fulton County Stadium. Neutral park, but does favor hitters. 137 home runs are hit there. -2 to strikeouts and +1 to walks. So we could see a good number of home runs here at FCS. Devil 9 GLA is first to join us here at Fulton County Stadium. So if everyone is set and ready to go, I guess we should play some baseball. So why not? Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Padres will be the left fielder, Bobby Brown. 267 average, 5 homers, 22 RBIs in 83. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Braves are the home team. Good crowd here at FCS. Should be an amazing matchup here. Padres and the Braves. Only 5 runs were stored in this game historically. Let's see what Inside Pitch has to say. Perez, 1-2, range play. Brown, 3-5. That's a ground ball to first base. It's going to be a range play for Bob Watson. His range is a 2, and he's got it. Nice play there. Perez will come over, and Watson will underhand it to him, and that's going to be a G3-1, 1 out. Next up is the first baseman, Al Wiggins, 276 average, 22 RBIs that year. Pitch from Perez. 6-4, that's a blank. Wiggins, 6-4, base hit right past short, and Wiggins will get a single, and he will go ahead and head to first. Is it his prerogative to be in the lineup? You never know. Wiggins on at first, and now the shortstop, Gary Templeton. Always felt Templeton was underrated. 263 average, 3 homers, 40 RBIs. Wiggins had 66 steals. He was a thief. But he's not going to get the steal here. Templeton is going to shrug off the bunt sign. He's going to swing. Perez, 1-1. Home run result, but the 15 is high. Templeton, 6-4, and that's a ground out to short. Let's see if they turn it. 2-2-3. Second base pivot. Hubbard, +1 is a 4, and they'll get the double play. And that will be a 6-4-3, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Friars, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres tonight is Mark Thurmond. I know a little bit about him. 7 wins, 3 losses, a 2.65 ERA. Now going to the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Braves is the left fielder, Brett Butler. Excellent player. 281 average, 5 homers, 37 RBIs in 83. Thurmond will pitch. 5-5, strikeout. 16 is too high. Butler, a 2-4, and it's a ground out to third. Tim Flannery has got that, and he'll toss it over, out number 1. Here's the shortstop, Rafael Ramirez. Good player. 297 average, 7 homers, 58 RBIs that year. Pitch from Thurmond, 2-4. It's a blank. Ramirez, 1-4, popped out to short. Templeton says he's got it easily in actually in the outfield, but he'll make the play. 2 down. And now we'll see the center fielder, Dale Murphy. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can make an argument. 302 average, 36 homers, 121 RBIs. He played in every game for the Braves in 83. Thurmond will pitch. 3-1. That's an automatic out, and it will be a grounder to third. And Flannery will get this one as well, and he will toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Bravos. No score after 1. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Padres will be the catcher, Terry Kennedy. 284 average, 17 homers, 98 RBIs that year in 83. Perez will pitch. 2-2, possible error. Kennedy, 1-4. It's a ground out to short. That ball is hit to Ramirez. His error rating is a 13. That's a 6. It's going to handcuff him, and Kennedy's going to be safe at first. That'll be an error. E6 on Ramirez. First error on the Braves. They did have an error in the game historically, so Kennedy winds up on first. And the next batter is the right fielder, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. And I don't care what anybody says, he was the greatest hitter I ever saw. A young Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre. 309 average, a homer, 37 RBIs. How good was Tony Gwynn at the plate? Well, he had over 9,000 at-bats, and he struck out less than 5%. That's pretty darn good. Kennedy on at first, and he will stay there. Perez, 5-2 against the lefty. It's a blank. And Gwynn, a 5-1. It's a ground out to first. Let's see if they turn the double play. 3-3-3. Shortstop pivot Ramirez +1 is a 4, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a double play. 3-6-3, 2 outs as Gwynn hits into that. I don't care also what anybody says. If the 1994 season does not get canceled, Tony Gwynn hits 400. Why did I do that? It's only 2 outs. Duh. Got to keep track. There's only 2 outs. Next batter for the Padres, the center fielder, Rupert Jones. 233 average, 12 homers, 49 RBIs. Perez will pitch. And 2-1 against the lefty. Strikeout 10. Called strike 3 on Jones. He'll get him, and that will end the inning. That's the first strikeout for Perez. He had 144 of them in 83, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but we'll go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Braves is the first baseman, Bob Watson, who was credited with the millionth run, who was given credit for the millionth run in Major League history. 309 average, 6 homers, 37 RBIs, only played in a third of the games for the Braves that year. And I forgot that Bob Watson was a Brave. Ben Witz joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Thurmond, 3-4, it's a blank. Watson, 2-3, and it's a ground out to third. Once again, a play by Flannery. And Flannery's going to make a put out. 1 down. Here's the right fielder, Brad Cummings. A 222 average, 4 RBIs. He only played in 19 games for ATL. Pitch from Thurmond, 4-5. That's at the park. Fulton County, 2-4. Base hit right past second base. Cummings will get a single, as they'll go ahead and get the first hit for the Braves in the ball game. Here's the third baseman, Jerry Royster, 235 average, 3 homers, 30 RBIs. 1 out. Cummings really not a threat to do anything, and he's going to stay right where he is. Thurmond, 1-3, strikeout. Got him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll get Royster. Royster didn't strike out much, but that one is going to be a K. First strikeout for Thurmond. He only had 49 of them in 83. Not a strikeout pitcher. And now here's the second baseman, Glenn Old Mother Hubbard, 263 average, 12 homers, 70 RBIs. Thurmond, strategy roll first, and Cummings will stay where he is. 5-2, hit by pitch, plunk, ouch, he hit him. Hubbard is a 5, Thurmond is a 0, and that's a 3, and he's going to hit Hubbard, and that'll move the runners up. First hit batter of the game. And now we'll see the Atlanta catcher, Biff Pocoroba. You got to love a baseball name like that. 267 average, 2 homers, 16 RBIs. Cummings gone at second, Hubbard on at first. No movement. Thurmond, a 6-3. That's a walk plus 10, and he's going to walk the catcher, and now the bases are loaded. First walk given up by Thurmond. He had 31 of them in 83, and now the bases are full of Braves. However, it does bring up the pitcher, Pascual Perez. He could hit a 160 average and 3 RBIs. So 2 outs, bottom of the second. Thurmond will now pitch to Perez. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Thurmond will pitch. 4-6, that's a blank. Perez, 3-1, and Perez will come through. It's a base hit to right field. Cummings will score. With 2 outs, Hubbard is a 5. A base hit to right field, a 0, 1-5. He will score. He will. Hubbard comes around and he'll score. Pocoroba, though, that was a 2. With 2 outs, Pocoroba will make third. Perez is on at first. It's 2-0 Braves. Stadium cheers. Yay! So Pascual Perez gets a 2 RBI single, and the Braves have a 2-0 lead. Perez says, DH? I think I can say this. I don't need no stinking DH. And that'll bring up Butler. Butler is 0 for 1. Still 2 outs, but now a 2-0 lead for the Braves as Perez comes through with a hit. Strategy, nothing happening. Pitch from Thurmond. 6-3. That's a walk plus 10, and he'll walk Butler, and now Thurmond can't get out of this inning. So once again, the bases are loaded. Second walk by Thurmond, and here comes Ramirez. Midlife crisis joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Pocoroba on at third, Perez on at second, Butler on at first. Thurmond will pitch to Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 1. Braves looking to get some quick more runs here in the bottom of the second. 2 RBI single by the pitcher. He did have 3 RBIs that year, though. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Thurmond, 5-1, walk, 15 is high. Ramirez, 3-1, and it's a line drive to second. Juan Bonilla will glove it and end the inning. But the Braves get runs. 2 runs on 2 hits. A hit batter and a walk. And the Braves have a 2-0 lead after 2. Pocoroba has an S as a switch hitter. I don't know. Maybe he did bat switch. Who knows? I don't know much about him, though. I don't know much about Pocoroba. We go to the top of the third. And leading off for the Padres will be the third baseman, Tim Flannery. 234 average, 3 homers, 19 RBIs in 83. Perez will pitch. Kevin Thomas joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Perez, 6-1 against the lefty. That's a walk plus 10, and Flannery will draw the base on ball. First walk given up by Perez. He only had 46 of them in 83. And now the second baseman, Juan Bonilla, 237 average, 4 homers, 45 RBIs. I don't think he was related to Bobby Bonilla, though. Flannery had 2 stolen bases, and he actually gets the steal sign. But with a stolen base rating of 10, I'm not going to send him. So I'm going to say he'll stay put, and Perez will pitch. 2-4 at the park. Fulton County, 5-1, fly ball to center. Murphy will get to that and make the play. And that is out number 1. And here's the pitcher, Mark Thurmond, an 0.54 average, really not a hitter. His bunt rating is a 3. They may call him on to bunt. And that's what they're going to do. So Perez will go ahead and pitch to Thurmond. Thurmond's going to go ahead and call out the bunt. So let me get the bunt. Let me get the bunt chart here and see what we got. Pitch from Perez. 2-1 against the lefty. Strikeout. That's a 4. And let's see. 11 minus 2 is 9. But on a bunt, you divide that by 2. That would be a 4.5. You round that down to a 4. That is a 4. And Thurman's going to strike out trying to bunt. 2 down. Second strikeout for Perez. I'm going to say Thurmond bunted that one foul on strike 3 with 2 strikes, and that will do it. 2 down. And here comes Brown. Brown is 0 for 1. What can Brown do for you? Jeremy Brooks joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Flannery on at first, and he will stay there. Perez, 1-5. That's at the park. Fulton County, 6-4. That's a blank. We'll have a rare play with men on base. So rare plays, men on base. Let's see what it is. That's a 44. Grounder and hold to shortstop. Ball glances off glove into the outfield. Single, all runners get 1 base. All right, we'll start there. Lead runner, use runner on second, then first, then batter. So the lead runner is the one on second. Then tries to take another base. Roll 1d6 versus base runner of runner. So Flannery's base running rating is a 3. There are 2 outs, so that would make that a 4. So if roll higher runner out, otherwise safe. So a 1 to 4, he'll be safe at third. That's a 1, and he is. Flannery will go ahead and get to third base, and any other runners move up 1 base on the throw, so that will move Brown to second. So that'll be a base. That'll be a single. That will be a single pass short. So we'll call that a single for Brown. Actually, call that a single. He'll get an extra base. And Flannery moves to third. So now runners at second and third. A tough play there by Ramirez that bounced off his glove. So now here comes Wiggins. Wiggins got a single his first time up. Doug Hutt joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Versus left-handed pitchers like P.A. till after that. That's probably why you don't remember. Okay. So runners at second and third. Perez will pitch to Wiggins here. A chance for the Friars to get some runs. Strategy, nothing happening. Perez, 3-1, strikeout 9. That is high. Wiggins, 1-3, and it's a ground ball to second base. Hubbard will get to that, and he'll throw it over and retire the side. A little excitement, but not much after that. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Two nothing in favor of the Braves. The Padres are 5.5 back of Atlanta for second place. Padres probably will make the playoffs. They just got to stay above 500. Stay above 500. Leading off for the Bravos will be Dale Murphy, and he's 0 for 1. As I said, some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, you can make an argument. Thurmond, 3-1. That's an out, and it will be a fly to center field. Rupert Jones will get to that, and that will be an out. 1 down. Next up is Watson. Watson is 0 for 1. Thurmond, he'll pitch. 1-6. It's a blank. Watson 1-5 and a line out right to second base. That's gloved by Bonilla, and that's out number 2. You see midlife crisis when you watch me play Inside Pitch or Fall Classic and you watch baseball demos. Even you learn something, and I'll tell you, MLC, your baseball knowledge is top notch. Here's Cummings. Cummings got a single his first time up. Thurmond will pitch. 6-3, walk plus 10, ball 4. Cummings will trot to first. Another walk given up by Thurmond. That's his third. It'll now bring up Royster. Royster is 0 for 1. Cummings not really a threat to do anything, and he won't. Thurmond, 2-4. That's a blank. Royster, 3-1. Base hit into center field. That's a single. Cummings with 2 outs, a base runner, 6. Single to center is a 0, so Cummings will automatically make third. And now runners at the corners here with 2 outs. Royster gets a hit. It'll now bring up Hubbard. Hubbard got hit by a pitch his first time up. 2 outs. Once again, Thurmond in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the third. No play happening. Thurmond, 1-4. It's a blank. Hubbard, 3-2. And Hubbard hits one into center, and that's going to be a double. Cummings will come around to score. Royster with 2 outs, base runner 4. Double to center plus 2 is a 6. There's not going to be a throw. Royster will score. It's 4-0 Braves. Stadium cheers. Yay! 2 RBI double for Glenn Hubbard, who comes through with a big hit. And now here's Pokoroba, and he walked his first time up. So now a 4-0 Braves lead. Strategy roll with Hubbard at second. That's a 20. Thurmond fires to second, and no, Hubbard will get back. Thurmond has a good pickoff rating. Thurmond will now pitch. 2-2. Wild pitch. No, it's blank. Pokoroba, 5-5, and a ground out to second. And that will be handled there by Bonilla, and he'll throw to first and retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk for the Braves. After 3, it's now 4-0. Dwayne Martz joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Let's see. Let's see here. Very weird. Kurt was just playing 82 Padres Braves on his channel. Isn't that something? Top of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Padres will be Gary Templeton. Templeton was 0 for 1. Captain Carl 8 joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Captain Carl, I am following your 1969 replay in the Inside Pitch forums. And I believe, if I'm correct, you're playing every game in that season for 1969. You know, I just completed that before going to 83. And I believe you did play the, the Dodgers and the Reds. And Don Drysdale against Gary Nolan. I believe that was the opening day game I played for 1969. And I think, if I'm correct, I think the Dodgers blew the Reds out. I think it was like a 12-4 score or something like that. But I know the Reds won in your game, though. Here's Templeton against Perez. 1-4 against the switch left. That's a blank. Templeton, 5-3, and a line out right to third. Royster will grab it for the out. One down, and here's Kennedy. Kennedy reached on an error his first time up. Pitch from Perez. 6-5 against the lefty. It's blank. Kennedy, 3-4, and a fly to right. Cummings will come under that one. He'll get that as well. 2 down. And now here's a young Mr. Padre. Gwynn is 0 for 1. As I was saying for other people that weren't here yet, how good was Tony Gwynn at the plate? He only struck out less than 5% in his entire career. And I think he bats 400 in 1994 if that season is not canceled. Tony Gwynn, to me, is the best hitter I ever saw. And I don't think anybody will have a problem if I go ahead and say that. Because I think all of you will agree that Tony Gwynn was an absolute beast. And the only season he batted under 300 in his whole career was his first. Stayed usually pretty healthy, and Greg Maddux hated pitching to him. Pitch from Perez. 1-3, range play. Gwynn, a 3-6. It's a fly ball to center field. Dale Murphy will have to get that one. His range is a 3. That's going to make the catch, and the inning is over. A nice play by Murphy, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Perez. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Tony Gwynn was the 1980s version of Joe DiMaggio, but with less power. Yeah. Although Tony Gwynn did hit a few balls out. He did hit a few balls out. I think he had 160-something home runs. But, he could hit the ball out. He had some power. But the thing was about him, he was probably the best overall hitter I ever saw. And what I was born in 1969. But I really didn't know baseball until about 76, 77, 78. I've seen a lot of great hitters, but to me, watching Tony Gwynn hit was a joy. Leading off for the Braves will be Pascual Perez. He got a 2 RBI single his first time up. Phoenix Knight joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. 388 career OBP. That's, I'm sure Ben Witz, even you'll say a 388 career on-base percentage is ridiculous. Thurmond will go ahead and pitch. Thurmond, 2-3. That is a blank. Perez, 1-5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He'll get him there, and that is strikeout number 2 for Thurmond. Christopher Hoffman joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Welcome, sir. Next batter is Butler. As yes, Ben Witz will say world class, and he was. Butler is 0-for-1 with a walk. Thurmond will pay, and of course, may he rest in peace. Just like him and Kirby Puckett, those two died way too early. Thurmond, 4-1, strikeout 11. That will be high. Butler, a 2-2, and he hits one to right, but an easy play for Tony. Gwynn will get that. That's out number 2. And here's Ramirez. Ramirez was 0-for-2. Ruth had a 474, but different game, though. Yes, XSG2. That was a different game back then. Thurmond, 3-5. That's a blank. Ramirez, 2-2. And a fly ball to center field. That'll be handled by Jones. He gets to it, makes the play, and retires the side. Finally, Thurmond has a good inning. 4-1-2-3, 4-0 after 4 in favor of the ATL. Boggs, yes, I know. Boggs did have a higher OPP, but if I had a choice between Wade Boggs and Tony Gwynn, I don't even have to think about it. I take Gwynn every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Not saying Boggs didn't suck. He did not. Boggs is one of the best hitters ever. But I take Tony Gwynn over him any day. Here's Rupert Jones leading off for San Diego. He struck out his first time up. He's 0-for-1. Perez will pitch. Perez, 5-4 against the lefty. It's blank. Jones, 6-6, and a line drive to short. That's gloved by Ramirez. That's out number 1. Padres are hitting the ball hard, but right at the Braves. Here's Flannery. Flannery walked his first time up. Perez, 5-6, range play at the park. Fulton County, 5-2. It's a home run to center field. That's an 8. It's not going to make it, so now it's a range play to center field. Center fielder is Murphy. His range is a 3, and he got it at the wall. 2 outs. Dale Murphy flashing some leather out there. He takes a big-time hit away from Flannery. That would have been a double if he doesn't get it. Here's Bonilla. Bonilla's 0-for-1. You'll take Harold Baines. He's all yours. Perez, 4-3. That's blank. Bonilla, 3-4. Ground out to second base. Hubbard's got that. He'll take his time, toss it over, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Friars. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Right now, the Friars cannot figure out Pascual Perez. Speaking of Dale Murphy, he leads off. He's 0 for 2. Does Dale Murphy belong in the Hall of Fame? As I said, you can make an argument. Thurmond will go ahead and he will pitch. Thurmond, 1-6, blank. Murphy, 6-2, base hit, center field, and Murphy has his first hit of the game. It'll now bring up Watson. Watson is 0 for 2. It would be really sweet if just one night the B word would not be used. Murphy on at first. We're going to, hate to say this, with the Chicago White Sox, who are going to probably win the American League West, we're going to see a lot of the B word. Murphy on at first, strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Thurmond, 1-6. It's a blank. Watson, 6-1. And against the lefty, he'll smack one into right field, and that's going to be a double. Murphy, a base runner 5. Double to right, -2, makes him a 3. It's a 6. Murphy coming around from third. Watson already at second. That's right field. That's Gwynn. His arm rating is a 0. His arm rating is a 0, so a 1 to 4 will have a play at the plate. That is a 5. Murphy puts on the brakes and he'll go back to third. Nice throw in by Mr. Padre. So that's a double. So Mr. Padre keeps that ball, keeps Murphy from trying to score. Runners at second and third, though, now with no one out. And the next batter is Cummings. Cummings is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. The infield will play in. Murphy on at third, Watson on at second. Strategy roll. Nothing happening there. Thurmond will pitch to Cummings. Thurmond, 6-1, error on a grounder. Cummings, 5-1. It's a base hit to left field. Single to left. Brown has an error rating of 7. That's a 5, and that is going to be an error. That's going to be a single and an error. Murphy will score. Watson will score. Cummings has a chance to go to third. Base runner 5. Brown a +1, which is a 6. There's not going to be a throw. Cummings is going to get to third base, and it's 6-0 Braves. Stadium cheers. Yay! So a single and an E7 on Brown, and that'll be the second. That is the first error on the Padres. They did have an error in the game historically, and now it's 6-0 in favor of the Braves. And still no one out. And here's Royster. Mark Thurmond is due to lead off. We may see, I usually don't do double switches until the 7th. I would like to see if Thurmond can get out of this inning. And he pretty much has already given up his pull rating. And that's going to be it for Thurmond. He's coming out. So Thurmond's going to come out of the game. And I'm not going to do a double switch, even though I probably could, but they'll bring in a new pitcher. So 6-0, that'll be it for Thurmond. He's going to leave with the L, and we'll see a new pitcher here for the Padres. And they're going to bring in a righty, I think. So they will go with... It's the 5th inning, so we will go with... Coming on to pitch for the Padres is going to be Elias Sosa. 1 win, 4 losses, a save, a 4.35 ERA in 1983. So Sosa will come on to pitch. He can pitch to 7 of them. So we'll see what he can do here. No double switch. No, his range will prevent him from getting to the ball. So Cummings gone at third, and the infield is still in, but now it's 6-0 Braves here, as right now the Braves are hitting the Padres hard. Strategy rolls are off. Sosa, 3-3, strikeout. He'll get Royster. Got him. Struck him out. First strikeout for Sosa. He had 45 of them in 83, 1 out. Here comes Hubbard. Hubbard is 1 for 1, hit by pitch and a double. Infield still in. 6-0 and now in favor of the Braves. Pitch from Sosa. 1-5, strikeout. That's high. Hubbard. 3-2, and Hubbard will hit one into center, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall, and that's a double. Comics will walk on home. Hubbard goes to second. It's 7-0 Braves. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI double for Glenn Hubbard. And the Braves now get the extra point and now have a 7-0 lead after the touchdown. And here's Pocoroba. Pocoroba's 0 for 1 with a walk. We've had a lot of low-scoring games lately. Looks like we were due for a high one here. Sosa will pitch to Pocoroba. The infield is now normal. Sosa, 2-2 against the switch left. That's a single past the pitcher. It's going to be a base hit. Hubbard will come around from second. He'll score. It's 8-0 Braves. Stadium cheers. Yay! So the Braves have put a 4 spot so far here in the bottom of the 5th. They now have a snowman on the scoreboard. And here comes Perez. Perez is 1 for 2. Sosa will stay out there, might as well, because right now the Padres are probably already thinking about the next game. Pitch from Sosa, 4-3. That's a walk plus 10, and he is going to walk Perez. Oh, boy. So Perez gets on base for the second time in the ball game. He goes ahead and walks Perez. And now here's Butler. Butler is 0 for 2 with a walk. Sometimes you just can't get the outs. So the Braves now have an 8-0 lead here. Sosa will pitch to Butler. 2-3. Wild pitch. No, it's a blank. Butler. 4-4. That is a grounder to third. Let's see where it's hit to. And that's hit right at the third. That's going to be hit right at the third baseman. So they're going to try to turn the 2. 2-2-3. Second base pivot. Bonilla is a 0. A 1-3. They get it. They got it. And the inning is over. They finally get out of it. 5-4-3 double play. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits and a walk. It's 8-0 in favor of the Braves after 5. Looks like it's going to be one of those games. We go to the top of the 6th. Sosa coming out. He wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to bat anyway. The Padres will go to the bench. And coming on to pinch it for the Padres is going to be Gene Richards. 275 average, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. So Richards will bat here. It's 8-0 in favor of the Bravos. Jimmy Jam, Kevin 01 and Philip Reynolds join us here at Fulton County Stadium. Perez will pitch. 1-6, hit by pitch. No. Richards, 4-6, and it's a line drive to second base. That's gloved by Hubbard. That's out number 1. Another line out. A lot of hard hit balls by the Padres, but they're just not getting them past the Braves. Here's Brown. Brown is 1 for 2. What can Brown do for you? Perez will go ahead and deal. 1-4 against the switch left. That's a blank. Brown, 1-5. Base hit right past the pitcher, up the middle. Brown gets his second single of the game. And now here's Wiggins. Wiggins is 1 for 2. Strategy rolls are off. Brown will stay at first. Pitch from Perez. 1-4 against the switch left. That's a blank. Wiggins. 1-4. Base hit into left field. That's a single. Brown will automatically stop at second. I have this. They have the 6-run option rule, so that when you're ahead by 6, when one team is ahead by 6 runs or more, you do not have to do the base running advancement, and it doesn't pay. You're trying to get runners, so Brown will automatically hold at second and stay there. That's a base hit for Wiggins, and now the batter is Templeton, and Templeton is 0 for 2. Fulton County right now enjoying a 8-0 game by the Braves. Perez will pitch. 4-4. That's blank. Templeton. 4-5. And that's a ground ball to first. Let's see if they turn it. 2-2-2. Shortstop pivot Ramirez. +1 is a 3. No. Brown will get to third. Wiggins will get to second. And the first baseman Watson will get the shore out. And that will be out number 2. So the runners will move there on a ground out to first. And now here's Kennedy. Kennedy is 0 for 2, but reached on an error. 2 men down here. Perez will pitch. 3-2, error on a throw. Kennedy, 5-3. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And Cummings is going to settle under that. He'll make the play and retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. What a day for Pascual Perez. He is in total command of this game. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the ATL will be Rafael Ramirez, and he's 0 for 3. Padres need a pitcher. And they are, let's see, they got right, a whole bunch of rights. So I think they'll go with a righty here, possibly. And they're down by so many runs, they probably wouldn't use him. So they're going to go ahead and use this guy. Coming on to pitch for the Padres is going to be John Montefusco. 14 wins, 4 losses, 4 saves, a 3.31 ERA. He was a starter and a reliever. And with an 8-0 lead, I'll bring him in. So Montefusco will be the 3rd Padre pitcher. Ramirez will go up against him. Montefusco can pitch to 7. So here, we'll see what he does. Montefusco will go ahead and pitch. Yes, the count. The count of Montefusco. 1-1, range play. Ramirez, 2-5, ground ball to short. It's a range play for Templeton. His range is a 3. That's a 6. He won't get it. It's a base hit. Ramirez keeps the hits coming for the Braves in this ball game. And that'll bring up the Murph. Murph is 1 for 3. 1 out here. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. Montefusco will pitch. 1-1. Another range play. Murphy, 2-6. It's a line drive to short. That ball is hit to Templeton again. His range is a 3. He leaps. And he will get that. That's out number 1. Will he double off Ramirez? Ramirez is at first. It's at short. So only a 1. He doubles him off. He doesn't. Ramirez gets back to first. 1 down. This time Templeton makes a good play. And now the batter is Watson. Watson is 1 for 3. I'm actually thinking of making that if it is a range play on a line out. If it's a range play on a line out, there's no chance to get double up a runner. I'm thinking of doing that. I might just make that make that as a rule. A regular line out, yes, but a range play line out, no. I'm thinking the runner is pretty much being cautious on that. So we'll see when the next time. Didn't get him out anyway. Here's Watson. John Haverly joins us here at Fulton County Stadium. Montefusco, 1-2, error on a grounder. Watson, 3-4. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to third. It's an error check on Flannery. His error rating is a 6. That's a 2, and that is going to be an error on Flannery. Padres not having a good night. That's going to be an E5. As Flannery misplays it and boots it away from him. And now runners at first and second. And that is the second error on the Padres in the game. Yes, I agree, Ben Witz. That's why I'm thinking I might not do that next time a range play on a line out comes up. Next batter is Cummings. Cummings is 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk. Montefusco saying, come on, guys. Does anybody in the field want to play some baseball? Pitch from Montefusco. 1-2, error on a grounder. Cummings, 6-2. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball right back to Montefusco. His error rating is a 7. That's a 10. He will not make an error. Will he make a double play, though? 2-2 because it's +1, but hit back to the pitcher, it's a -1. And Cummings is a righty, so the second baseman is pivot. And that is Bonilla. It's a 0. So only a 2. It is a 1-4-3 double play. No. Ramirez will get the third. Watson is out. Cummings takes first base. 2 down. So Montefusco makes sure he does get at least one of the out. So that will be a fielder's choice. And a chance now for Royster. Royster's 1 for 3. Singled. Montefusco will pitch to Royster. 2 outs now, bottom of the 6th. Montefusco, 5-3 against a righty. Strikeout, no. Royster, 4-5, and it's a base hit past short, and the Braves are piling it on. Ramirez will score. Cummings will 2 outs. He will make third. Royster to first. 9-0 Braves. Stadium cheers. Yay! So right now, nothing can go wrong for Atlanta. And now here's Hubbard. Hubbard is 2 for 2, 2 doubles and got hit by a pitch. Rough night for the Friars tonight. Montefusco will pitch. 4-5 against a righty. Strikeout 6. Cold strike 3 on Hubbard, and the inning is over. That'll do it. So let's see here. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. But the Braves now have a 9-0 lead here after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. The Braves in total command of the game. Here comes Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn, one of the greatest of all time. He's 0 for 2, though, tonight. Perez will pitch. 4-4, blank. Gwynn, 3-1, base hit. You kind of thought sooner or later Gwynn would get a single at least, and he does. That's a single to right, and he at least gets a hit. Tony Gwynn, best hitter I ever saw. Here is Jones. Jones is 0 for 2. John, yes, he is a machine. He was a machine. Yes, he was. Greg Maddox said, I can strike anybody out except that bleeping Tony Gwynn. Gwynn on at first. Perez will pitch to Jones. 3-1. Strikeout. No. Jones. 5-1. That's a ground out to first. 2-2-2. Shortstop pivot. Ramirez. +1 is a 3. They won't get it. Gwynn will be thrown out at second base, and Jones will take the fielder's choice. 1 down. Next batter is Flannery. Flannery is 0 for 1 with a walk. No, not in the early 80s. The Braves in the early 80s the early 80s, John Haverly is correct. The early 80s Braves did not suck. They were very competitive. Jones on it first. Pitch from Perez. 5-3, strikeout, too high. Flannery, 4-6, and that's a ground ball to third. Will they turn the double play this time? 2-2-3. Second base pivot. Hubbard, +1 is a 4. No, the only play will go to first. Picked up there by Royster. Was not going to get Jones. He'll take the shore out. That's 2 down. And now here's Bonilla. Bonilla's 0 for 2. Jones on at second. Perez will pitch. 2-5. That's blank. Bonilla. 1-2. Ground ball to first. That'll be handled by Watson. He'll call off Perez. He'll take it to the bag himself. And that will do it. No runs and a hit for the Friars. And they are down big time. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Tomorrow night will be August 19th, and we're going to Memorial Stadium. The Baltimore Orioles is the only team I've not shown in the third block. Got to get them on the board, and we will. But they'll be hosting the Kansas City Royals. The Royals are under 500, but they're only 3.5 back of third place in the American League West. So wins are hard to come by for the Royals. They got to get one tomorrow night. It will be Eric Rasmussen for the Royals and Storm Davis for the Orioles. That'll be tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium. The Royals and the Orioles. And that will be a fall classic game. Join me there tomorrow night on the network. Bottom of the 7th inning here. The Braves have a 9-0 lead. John Montefiusco can pitch to one more batter before he tires. He's going to stay out there, and why not? Here's Biff Pocoroba, and he is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Montefiusco will pitch. 5-2, that's at the park. Fulton County, 4-5. Home run to center field, that's a 6. And against a righty, Pocoroba needs a 7. Well, he only had 2 home runs in 83. It looks like he's going to get one here. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Biff Pocoroba. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the Braves are just sending it out, are just right now, just owning the poor Padres tonight. And they will now have a 10-0 lead. So now 10-0 in favor of Atlanta. And the next batter is the pitcher, Pascual Perez. And he'll be tired in his next after his next at bat, but they're going to let him pitch. If you don't need to use the bullpen, why do it? Montefiusco will pitch to Perez. 1-6. Walk plus 10. He walked Perez. I can't believe it. And that's it for Montefiusco. He's done. So he walks Perez. Perez has had an interesting night, an 2 RBI single, and has walked twice. I don't need no stinking DH. And Perez will go to first. We'll see a new pitcher for the Padres here. And let's see. We need a batter. Here comes Butler. Butler is 0 for 3 with a walk. And let's see who the Padres are going to go with. They will go with... Coming on to pitch for the Padres is going to be Sid Monge. 10 wins, 3 losses, 7 saves, a 3.70 ERA. He's going to be the 4th Padre pitcher. And Sid Monge will come on to pitch and probably just try to get out of this inning. He can only pitch to 6 batters. So Sid Monge will come on to pitch right now. So 10-0 Braves. Perez on at first. Monge, 3-5, strikeout, no. Butler, 1-5, power hit to left field. That's a 19, but against the lefty, it's going to die out there. Bobby Brown will get to it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. And Mons almost gave up a big-time triple, but Butler is out, 1 away. Here's Ramirez. Ramirez is 1 for 4. He's got a single. You can play this game against someone else, right? Are there any leagues? Oh, yeah, there are definitely leagues out there, sure. Mons will pitch to Ramirez. 6-6 against the righty. It's blank. Ramirez, 4-6. That's a grounder to second base. 2-0-1. Shortstop pivot. Templeton is a 0, so only a 1. It's a double play. No, Perez will be out at second base, and Ramirez takes first. That's the second out. So fielder's choice there. And now here's Murphy. Murphy 1 for 4. 2 men down. Ramirez there. Mons will pitch. 6-4. Walk plus 10. And yeah, he's going to walk Murphy. Another base on balls. Padres having a very rough time tonight. First walk issued by Mons. He had 30 of them in 83. It'll now bring up Watson, and he is 1 for 4, doubled, and reached on an error. Still 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, 10-0 Atlanta. Monge, 5-2, error on a throw. Watson, 5-6, nope, that's going to be a pop out to short. Templeton will get to this one. He'll wait for it to come down. Waiting, still waiting, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. 1 run on 1 hit, a walk, a solo bomb by Biff Pocoroba, of all players. 10-0 Braves after 7. You do get games like this once in a while. When the dice roll for one team, and that is it. We go to the 8th. 10-0 lead for Atlanta. Pinch hitter coming in for Sid Monge. Padres is trying to do something here. And coming on to pinch hit will be Luis Salazar. 258 average, 14 homers, 45 RBIs. Perez, he will be tired after Salazar. 3-4, strikeout, no. Salazar, 4-4, ground out to second. Hubbard's got it. Over to first it goes, 1 out. And now here's Brown. And Brown is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. Perez is now tired. He says, I'm going to pitch. Perez will go ahead and deal. 2-5. That's a blank. Brown, 4-3. And that's a grounded to short. Ramirez will get to this. Take his time. Toss it over. 2 down. Here's Wiggins. Wiggins is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Sorry for the blowout, guys, but we had some good games recently. We were due to have one anyway. Perez, 4-1. That's a pitcher result that's going to get him out of the game. Wiggins is a switch left, so that's going to be a blank against the lefty. Wiggins will bat 5-4, and he grounds it to first base anyway. Watson will take that right to the bag, and the inning is over. 1-2-3, go the Padres. A heck of a job by Pascual Perez, but that is a fatigue result, and he is done for the game. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Brad Cummings will lead off for the ATL. He is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk. Padres need a pitcher and a bunch of righties coming up. So let's see who the Padres want to go with. And they will go with... You're down 10-0. You might as well bring in a pitcher that just gets some innings in, I guess. Why not, right? Yeah, I think so. Coming on to pitch for the Padres is going to be Eddie Whitson. 5 wins, 7 losses, a save, a 4.30 ERA. Normally a starter, but he did have 10 relief appearances, and I'm going to make one of them tonight. So here's Ed Whitson, and he'll pitch for the Padres against Cummings. Bottom of the 8th inning, 10-0 Atlanta. Whitson with the pitch. 1-5, range play. Cummings, 4-3, base hit right field, but it's a range play for Tony Gwynn. His range is a 2, and he's got it. 1 out. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. 1983, Tony Gwynn. Heard a lot of good things about this kid. This kid says he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. Says he can hit the ball. Says he rarely ever strikes out. We'll find out. We'll see. Next batter is Royster. Royster is 2 for 4, 2 singles. Whitson will go ahead and pitch. Whitson, 3-1 against the righty. Strikeout, that's high. Royster, 3-2, and it's grounded to third. And Flannery will get that. And that is out number 2. Here's Hubbard. Hubbard is 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Whitson, he'll pitch. 6-4, strikeout 12, too high. Hubbard, 4-6, and a fly ball to center field. Rupert Jones says he's got it, and he does, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Braves. They haven't done that since the first inning. 10-0 after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Or in this case, it would be a 9th inning miracle. 10-0, favor of the Bravos. Gary Templeton leads off for the Padres. He is 0 for 3. Braves need a pitcher. Let's see who they're going to go with. They got a switch and 2 lefties coming on. So, Forster is usually their main closer, but they're going to go ahead with... Actually, they'll bring him out. Coming on to pitch for the Braves is going to be Terry Forster. 3 wins, 2 losses, 13 saves, a 2.16 ERA. Forster's job is to get a hold. Perez does lead with the W. After further review with Steve Tower joins us here at Fulton County Stadium, and Michael Peterson as well. Where do you find the version 4 chart? In the forums there, Michael. You got to go to the Inside Pitch forums and check version 4 charts. You can download the version 4 chart, the beta chart, and his rare play chart as well. That's where you can find them. So Forster will pitch to Templeton here. Top of the 9th, 10-0 Braves. Forster, 4-6, strikeout, no. Templeton, 4-6, and it's a base hit. Templeton leads off with a single. He'll head to first. So now here comes the Padre rally. Here comes Kennedy. Kennedy is 0 for 3, but reached on an error. Templeton on it first. Runner's safe option is activated. Forster, 6-1, wild pitch. No, blank. Kennedy, 2-4, and that's hit hard to center field. That's a 4, and that's going to be a single. Templeton is going to automatically hold at second with the 6-run option. And now runners at first and second and no one out. And now the batter is Gwynn. Mr. Padre is 1 for 3. Is it official? No. It is still considered a beta chart, but you can play it. It is not official. These charts are not official yet. He is still tweaking them. Still looking for some information. I'm constantly giving Chris a lot of information about what I see. He has made a few changes. He has made another change that he agreed with what I agreed with, though. Templeton on at second. Kennedy on at first. Gwynn the batter now. Nobody out. Top of the 9th. Forster will pitch. 5-4. Error on a throw. Gwynn. 6-6. It's a ground ball to second base. Now, 3-4-5. Shortstop pivot. Ramirez +1 is a 6. As high you can go is 5. But are we going to have a throwing error? The second baseman for Atlanta is Hubbard. His error rating is a 4. That's a 17. He will not make a throwing error. The question is, where did the ball go? So only a 6. This would not be a double play. It is a 5. Now, the pivot man is Ramirez. He has an error rating of 13. Does he make an error throwing back to first? No, he doesn't. That's going to be a double play. So Templeton gets the third. Kennedy and Gwynn are out, 2 down. So no error on either player, 2 down. On a 4-6-3 double play. And now the last chance for the Padres is Rupert Jones. Jones is 0 for 2. Send Gwynn back to the minors. I totally agree. That guy is not. I trade him away for a pack of chewing gum. He says he wants to strike out no more than 5% of all of his career. He even says he only wants to hit. He wants to hit 300 every year except his first. Yeah, right. Dream on, kid. Forster will pitch to Jones. 1-3, and that is an automatic. Out. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Up with it is Ramirez. He's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first, and mercifully, that's your game. The Braves go ahead and scalp the Friars tonight, 10-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! No runs on 2 hits for the Padres as Atlanta just dominates this game. Historically, this was a 3-2 Padre win, but tonight it's all Braves, 10-0. Final line score coming up. For the Braves, 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. For the Padres, no runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Pascual Perez. He'll go ahead and get the win. Mark Thurmond takes a loss. No save for Terry Forster, but I'll give him a hold because he didn't give up any runs. So that's a big win here for the Braves. They will now go to 71-49. The Padres now drop to 64-55. We are not done. Stay tuned for 10-minute ticker. It's next. Yeah, they can't all be good. Can't all have good games every time. You always get a blowout once in a while. It does happen. But even the blowouts are fun to roll sometimes. Sometimes when a blowout occurs, I just want to see how. Sometimes when a blowout occurs, I really just want to see how bad the dice go for one team. Amazing that the dice roll so well for one team and the dice roll like garbage for the other. It still amazes me sometimes how that works. Gwynn struck out 40 times 1 year, and that was his worst. Yeah. Yes, that was his worst. The man had 93. The man had 9,300 at bats. His strikeout percentage, 4.6. That is a stupid stat. 4.6. That is just absolutely stupid. The man just didn't go down on strikes. He just didn't. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Braves pound the Padres tonight, 10-0. Let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. August 16th, Toronto at Cleveland in a doubleheader. An important doubleheader for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays 15-16, and that is 3. Indians 9-63, and that is 7. Ooh, the Indians will take the first. Blue Jays 17-45, and that's 6. Indians 24-12. That's 2. And they'll split the twin bill. Detroit at Kansas City. Tigers 11-14. That is 2. Royals 8-55. And that's 6. A win for the Royals. Boston at Milwaukee. Red Sox 12-51. And 6. Brewers 22-12. That's 2. That's a win for the Bo Sox. White Sox and the Yankees. Big series. White Sox 10-12. That's 1. Yankees 8-13. That's 1. They're going to extras. White Sox roll a 1 plus 0. Yankees roll a 2 plus 1. And that's going to be a win for the Yankees. California at Oakland. The Yankees have a good lead in the American League West. I don't know if Baltimore is going to catch them, but the Orioles are just winning games. Angels 14-26. That's 4. Athletics 17-34. That's 5. That's a win for the A's. California is back to 500. Need to get above 500 and stay up there to make the playoffs. Minnesota at Seattle. Twins 8-35. That is 4. Mariners 2-63, and that's 6. It's a win for the M's. Baltimore at Texas. Orioles 9-66. That's 10. Texas 133, and that is 2. And all the Orioles are doing is rolling, rolling, rolling. Philadelphia at the Cubs in a big doubleheader. Phillies 10-11-0. Cubs 13-64. That's 8. And the Cubs take the first. Phillies 5-61. That is 6. Cubs 8-32. And that's 3. They'll split the twin bill. Astros and the Reds. The Reds are in last place in the National League West. Astros 14-35. And that is 4. Reds 7-35. That's 3. Stros will get the win. Giants and the Dodgers. The Giants are under 500, and they are in 4th. Giants 6-44, and that is 4. Dodgers 10-36, and that is also 4. We will have extras. Both teams roll a 1. San Francisco's a plus 0. The Dodgers are a plus 2. That will be a win for the Dodgers. Mets and the Pirates. And my Mets are in last place, just where they belong in 1983. Mets 5-34, and that is 3. Pirates 12-33, and that's 4. Raise the Jolly Roger. Expos and the Cardinals. Expos 9-43, and that is 4. Cardinals 8-31, that's 3, and that's a win for the Expos. Oh, you got your 2024 inside pitch season. Printing them off. Going to cut them up probably during the weekend. Okay. Hope you like the new colors. On to August 17th. Toronto at Cleveland. Blue Jays 17-22. That's 3. Indians 11-41, and that's 4. It's a win for the Tribe. Detroit at Kansas City. Tigers 12-12. That's 1. Royals 8-23. That's 2. Another win for the Royals. Boston at Milwaukee in a doubleheader. Game 1. Red Sox 13-24. That's 3. Brewers 12-54. That's 6. The Brewers take the first. Boston 5-53. That is 5. Brewers 14-23. And that is 3. They will split the twin bill. White Sox and the Yankees. White Sox 20-35. That's 5. Yankees 9-13. That's 1. The White Sox will get a win. California at Oakland. Angels 11-11. That's 0. Oakland 15-43. And that's 5. And the A's give the Halos another loss. Minnesota at Seattle. Twins 14-66. That's 11. Mariners 6-33. That is 3. That's a win for the Twins. Baltimore at Texas. Orioles 10-16. That's 2. Rangers 326, and that is also 2. They're going to extras. Baltimore rolls a 3 plus 0. Texas rolls a 1 minus 4. And once again, the Orioles are rolling. Astros and the Reds. Astros 1334, and that's 4. Reds 366, that's 8. That game belongs to the Reds. Mets and the Dodgers. Mets minus 225, that's 1. Dodgers 416, that is also 1. They're going to extras. Mets roll a 4 plus 0. Dodgers roll a 5 plus 2 is 7. And again, my Mets just can't get many happy recaps this season. Philadelphia and the Padres. Phillies 941, that is 4. Padres 612, that's 0. A win for the Phils. Expos and the Giants. Expos 1251, that is 6. Giants 551, and that is 4. That's a win for the Spos. On to August 18th, Atlanta at the Cubs. Atlanta 1362, that's 8. Cubs 763, that's 7. That's going to be a win for the Bravos. Reds and the Bucks. Reds 454 and 5 runs. Pirates 831, and that's 3 runs. That game belongs to the Reds. Phillies and the Padres. Phillies 563, that is 6. Padres 135, that is 3. Rough night for the Padres tonight. Phillies get the win. Expos and the Giants. Expos 1266, that is 10. Giants 466, that is 9. Wow, Expos will win the game. The Phillies and the Expos are neck and neck in the National League East. Astros and the Cardinals. Astros 955, that is 6. Redbirds 856, and that is also 6. They're going to go to extras. Astros roll a 4 plus 2 is 6. Cardinals roll a 5 plus 0 is 5. And the Astros will get the win. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be August 19th. It'll be Fall Classic Baseball. We're going to play Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles. Eric Rasmussen will be going for the Royals, and Storm Davis will be going for the Orioles. The Orioles are hot, and they are moving on up, just like the Jeffersons. Kansas City, they're not done. They got a long way to go to get above 500, but they're not far away from third. Anything is possible. Kansas City, Baltimore tomorrow night. Fall Classic. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Atlanta Braves made the Padres circle the wagons, and it didn't help them one bit. The Braves destroy the Padres tonight, 10-0. See you guys tomorrow night.